And I have something special for you today. And I am bringing you into my life, into my world, to let you know what has been evolving for me in the last 8 weeks. And the reason why I'm doing this is because my transformation is going to help you. It's going to help your clients. And I'm going to share that with you today. But before I go into this very vulnerable, very raw and open post, I want to introduce you to somebody who's very special in my life, my coach. Yes, coaches need coaches, and I have the best coach, and her name is Alexis Nee. So Alexis, thank you so much for being here and for interviewing me.
Thank you so much, Tina. It's amazing to be here, and I love you so much and I adore you so much, and it's been phenomenal seeing your growth.
Thank you. I mean, I can't even believe it myself. And I've been wanting for the last 2 weeks to create a live about it. And I've been a little bit procrastinating, putting it off, sharing a little bit, sharing in my mastery group and my launch group. So my clients know what's happening, but the MCC group doesn't know. So when you asked me, can I interview you? I thought, what a great opportunity to really share what's been happening.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so hi everyone, thank you for watching. And what I thought we'd go through is a little bit of what life was like before Tina and I started working together for the world's best storyteller, Tina Brigley. And what brought you to wanting to work with me, and what amazing changes have you experienced since? So let's touch on what was life like. So how did you feel about work? How did you feel about your body, your relationship with yourself, your relationship with others? And what was life like overall before we started working together?
So I have to start off by saying the first time that I met you was in Barcelona. And I remember showing you a picture of myself a few years before. And I was wearing this really sexy red dress. And I said, Alexis, you see this woman in the picture? See this sexy bitch? Bring her back. Bring her back. That's who I want to be. And, you know, when I said I wanted to work with you, it was because I believed that by changing my weight and my body image was going to somehow change my life. And what I really experienced is that that sexy bitch that I saw was not sexy at all. She was full of doubts and lack of belief. And one of the things that I struggled with my whole life was body image. And I went through these cycles of like, it was almost like a feast or famine. I was really in the best shape of my life or downhill. And it was this roller coaster for most of my life, like never feeling enough, never feeling comfortable in my own skin. And I remember I was in the best shape of my life, and I went and I bought new clothes, and I was in the changing room and I put on a pair of size 0 pants. Now, 0 isn't even a size, but I put on a size 0, and the woman that was helping me, she's like, oh my gosh, you look so great. And when I went into the changing room, I started crying. And I said, I look like a sausage. What does she see that I can't see? Like, she just wants me to look bad. Like, how could she do this to me? What I saw in the mirror is not what others saw. I couldn't see anything besides sausage. Like, I was just like, and I put my self-worth on my weight. So when I was the best shape of my life, and my fitness trainer said, oh my gosh, Tina, you could be in a competition right now. What I did was I went and put on 20 pounds. And I didn't realize, but this pattern was showing up in all areas of my life. You know, this like, I'm not the one. Like, I'm not going to look the best. I'm not going to be the best. I'm not going to be this, you know, it's like, I'm not the one. And so before working with you, I didn't know what I didn't know, but like I was confident. and I was self-expressed and I was up to really big things, but I just had this like feeling of not enoughness. Like it's not enough. Like I couldn't celebrate myself. It was just this not an it's just not enough. The success, it's not enough. And so before working with you, there was just something heavy that was in the background. It's like, I don't know what it is, but I'm up to too many big things to keep this like in the background. I got to discover what I don't know that I don't know.
And where were you hiding in your life?
Everywhere. If you go back and look in this group alone, uh, something happened last 2 weeks ago. There was somebody that was engaging in our group, and she actually reached out to me privately and said, "Hey, Tina, do you need a mindset coach? I'd love to help you." Like, she thought that I was just a coach in the group. Like, she didn't realize that I was one of the co-founders because I never showed up in the group. I was always like, "Oh, people don't really want to hear from me." So I was a little bit hiding. I would show up with our clients powerfully, but in other platforms and other areas, I was just kind of like, "No, I'll just do this, but I won't do that." But here I am. As you say it, I'm the world's greatest storyteller. And I wasn't giving value in the group because I had this story that like it's not enough. Like people don't want to hear from me. There's too much going on in the group already. Like I don't need to add more clutter. so so I was hiding. I was hiding in my life. I was hiding in my relationship. My husband laughs because at night I cocooned myself, like literally hiding. And it was just like everywhere, everywhere. Like I'm going to shine my light, but not too bright. I want people to see me, but not so much that I stand out. Yeah, it was weird. In hindsight, it was really weird.
It's funny though, because it's that's how everyone feels. Everyone's hiding. Everyone's hiding in some aspect or some element in their life. And it's not until you become consciously aware of it and when you decide that you're ready to just stop hiding, you're ready to stop playing small, you're ready to completely up level, and you build that awareness and you're ready to do everything and anything to raise your vibration, that you see that. Right?
Yes.
And what holds us back is fear. It's not feeling safe. So what were you afraid of?
So I remember my breakdown moment, like with every breakdown, there's a breakthrough. And I was at like, there was all of these feelings and emotions coming up, but how I survived life is you stuff them down. Like there's too much work to do. I don't have time to feel. Put the feelings away, keep moving forward, keep moving forward. But all of these feelings and emotions were coming up and they were so coming up, but I was like, stuff them down, coming up, stuff them down. And then I just couldn't hold them back anymore. I couldn't hold back the emotion. So I remember getting on a call and just like, I'm really sorry. I don't know where this is coming from. Like I was just crying and crying. It was like this purge. And when you asked me, like what is really showing up for you, what I remembered was what happened when I was 4. My dad took me to go visit my aunt and uncle, and we went on an airplane to visit them. And that night he went to a concert with my uncle. But as a 4-year-old, I thought he was leaving me. Like he brought me to these strangers and he was leaving me there. So I remember like crying and crying and crying, holding on to his leg and begging him, please don't leave, please don't leave. And he left. And so that feeling of like abandonment was still trapped inside of my body. And so what I did was I declared, I'll never feel like that again. So in order to not feel like that again, you shut down your emotions. And so this experience like was coming up for me again. Like, wait, I already know. I did a TED talk about this. Like, I already know that's playing in the background, but what does it have to do with right now? And I realized that when it came to growing our coaching business, I had this limiting belief or this fear that if our business grows too quickly, the guys won't need me anymore. They'll leave me. And I didn't know what I didn't know. Like, it's logically, it doesn't make sense. Like, where are they going? What do they get, But in my brain, like, what I didn't know is this fear of abandonment showed up with my team. And then the other thing that kept coming up for me is I remembered being bullied in 7th grade. That's a story I share with people all the time. But what I wasn't really conscious of is what I did to deal with it. I went and hid in the bathroom stalls at recess, so I didn't have to go outside on the playground. Like, I went and hid in the corner in the playground so nobody would see me. I ran home after school so people wouldn't beat me up. So, because what they said was, who do you think you are coming to our school thinking you're so great? You're not, you're nothing. Nobody likes you. So when you hear that playing over and over again, I knew it was there, but I didn't realize the next level was like, okay, now I'm coaching coaches that are making huge impacts in the world. My inner circle are people that are millionaires, growing millionaire status. It came with this whole new level of, I'm good, but I'm not that good. Like, I was still hiding. And that all of this stuff started coming up. This old stuff that I thought I had dealt with it was just a new level. It was a new level. But then I was making myself wrong. Like, I should know better. Like, I should know better. Why is this still here? That's ridiculous. But it's because I hadn't really completely dealt with it. I stuffed it. And energetically, it was still trapped inside of me. That woo-woo stuff that I was avoiding. I think I said to you, I'm not really into all this woo-woo stuff, yet because I'm resisting it, I think I need to explore it.
Absolutely. And it's so funny, right? Because like, we all work on a conscious level. So we're constantly going, yes, I know that I have this belief of not feeling enough. Yes, I know I have this belief of I'm afraid of being different. I'm afraid of not being important. I'm afraid of not mattering. I'm afraid of people making fun of me or people judging me. But what is underneath all of that is fear. It's just fear of not feeling safe. So like you said, we suppress and we repress all these emotions, and we can pinpoint the exact event. We can pinpoint the exact moment where we created that belief, but conscious work only works so much, and it's exhausting. It's exhausting to having to catch yourself and go, hold on a minute, I'm doing this again. So what patterns did you realize while working together that you were constantly repeating in work and in your relationships and with your body due to these fears?
So I'm the type of person that, like, I'm a winner. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it the best. But what I recognized is this is what I would do. So I went to school to get my honors in psychology, and I really wanted to do my master's. My master's was the next level. I got to the honors and I'm like, yeah, that's good enough. Like, yeah, I did this, but I don't need to go any further. And then I was doing multi-level marketing, and somebody said, like, all you have to do is get like this status and this. I'm like, really? That's it? Like, okay, I'll do that. How much time do normal people take to create that? I'll do it in half the time. So I got like platinum status for me, platinum status for my husband. I grew my business, grew my husband's business. And when I was at the next level, which was an income level that was more significant, I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm good. I don't need to go there. And then when I was doing personal development and training with Landmark, which I did the whole curriculum. I was an introduction leader. I was the first person to be candidated as a leader in the whole Midwest region of the United States. The first one, this Canadian girl. I did it quickly. And then I was like achieving all of this success. And then when it was right at the next level to become a seminar leader and to start training. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm good. Then in our business, we had hit a milestone and it was go, go, go. Yeah, I can do this. I'll show up. Pandemic, forget it. When we got to this level and I started seeing myself in the same old patterns, I started thinking about, you know what? I had 10 people reach out to me that want one-on-one coaching. You know, maybe I should just be a one-on-one coach. And like all of this stupid shit was like, it was hard for me to get out of bed. It was hard. I was like, oh, you know what? I don't think I even like coaching. I don't think I even want this. Resistance. I'm like, that is not true. But that's what was like screaming. It was screaming in my head. And I realized, oh, you're repeating old patterns. When you get to a level, it's like you quit. I'm like, oh no, you are not quitting. But if I didn't know a lot about resistance and about patterns and personal development and catch myself, it would have been easy. And you know, like I say, if I didn't know, you brought that out in me. So, you know, but I might not have been really aware of, like, it would have felt really heavy and significant, and I would have just been continuing to resist. Where instead of this being really fun and really alive and exciting, I'd be like, oh God, this is painful. You know, so I interrupt the pattern and I don't know what would have happened if I didn't see it. Like, I don't even want to. I don't even want to go there. Yeah.
I want to take this moment to just really like hand on heart congratulate you now for doing the work, because as we know, everything's energy. And even though it's woo-woo, it is like everything's made up of energy. We're all made up of atoms. Atoms are 99.99% energy, and change starts with the inner work. It's 90% inner work, 10% action.
Mhm.
And that's something I truly believe, and just witnessing your acceleration over the last few weeks just really, really exemplifies that. So can you share with everyone what immediate changes you noticed and how you feel about your body now, how you feel about work now, and how do you interact with the world and your clients now? Because I think it's so important to really role model and share, to motivate and inspire everyone that looks up to you, like everyone that watches you, everyone that you help, to see what is truly possible.
Yeah. So, you know, it's funny. As I was working with you, I also worked with a coach to help me create my vision board. And it was creating the vision board. So Deb Sluice, my vision board person, she helped me create this really grand vision. And in creating that vision, that's when all this resistance came up, because I was creating something that I thought, whoa, wait a minute, I'm not the one. And that's what, like, thank God that you are there to support me, because you're like, yes, you get to create this. And so I really started um, seeing myself differently. Like I saw myself as the one. Like I am the one. I am the one that's going to lead the way. I am the one who's going to stand up powerfully and give people the courage to do the same. I am the one who is going to 100% love my body and not, you know, like, is it perfect? No, it's not. Is it a size 0? No, it's not. And I'm okay with exactly the way that I am. You know, I look in the mirror and I'm like, holy cow, you are amazing. Like, look at you. And, you know, one of the things, it's like, I love my arms because they so lovingly hold my daughters, you know, and I love my legs because I can do 1,000 squats, you know. I love my stomach because it bore 2 children. Like I carried 2 babies in me, and look at, I don't have one stretch mark. Like I love, and I really, one of the things that you got me to do was every day share an appreciation and a gratitude for my body. And then it got to the point where I was just like, holy cow, this is just so internalized. I don't need to tell you anymore because I already believe it. I already believe it. Like there's no, when I walk into a room, I no longer wonder, ooh, what are people thinking? That sexy bitch that I was looking at before, she tried on 10 outfits before she walked out the door, even though she was a size 0. That sexy bitch was always afraid of what people were thinking. And now me, I feel like I am a sexy bitch and I'm not a size 0. But when I walk into a room, I don't ever doubt what people are thinking. I believe that they're thinking, wow, I want some of that energy. I can be just like that. I want people to step into their power, and I believe that I create the energy in the space. And I gave myself permission, a permit to serve my mission wholeheartedly. And one of the things that I have been looking at for the last year is, I saw this Cadillac Escalade, and it was white, and it had beige interior, and it was so sexy. And I kept saying, one of these days, I'm going to be a confident, sexy bitch that's going to drive one of those cars. One of these days, I'm going to be in a position where I can buy myself one of those cars. And last week, I declared today is the day. And I went out and I bought myself a brand new 2020 Cadillac Escalade. And there was people that were like, that's a waste of money. I don't really think about buying things. I really think about changing lives, and I don't need material. And all of these people's beliefs were coming, almost like making this feeling of like, oh man, I should feel bad for having things that I want. And then I was like, whoa, 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 those aren't my beliefs. Those aren't my beliefs. One of the things that Alexis says is like, okay, these feelings, are they mine? Or are they coming from somebody else? And so I declared that I'm stepping into a world of abundance. And abundance doesn't mean money. Abundance means my life is whole and complete, and I have so much to give that I literally can give more. And I'm I'm giving myself permission to want things and to be able to not worry about it. Just like I am. I am who I say I am. All of these things that I'm dropping right now come from this woman here. But, I don't have to worry about what other people believe or what they think. They can have their view, and their view is not mine, and I can respect their view, but I don't have to adopt it as my own. One of the most pivotal people in my life is my husband. And my husband's a very hard worker. And he helped us create what we have right now, working hard, working overtime. And he lives this lifestyle. If you work really hard, you get money and you save it for retirement. And that's the way that he's lived life. And that's what he's been programmed. And so when I said I wanted this car, he was like, you can't do that. That's not a good investment. All of this stuff. And I was like, I hear you. I see you. I feel you. I get all of these things that are coming up for you right now. And I said, and I really want you to trust that you've gotten us so far. Trust me. Let go of the reins and the control a little bit and step into this world that we're creating. It's a world that neither of us have ever experienced before. It's one where we change lives. And we get to give everything, all the hard work and the sacrifice I've done for the last 4 years of myself, like tearing myself apart, looking inside, being responsible, the pain, the like, oh my gosh, I can't do this anymore. I did that so I could give it away. And this is what my life is like now. It's like there's no fear, there's no worries. There's no scarcity, there's no lack. If I were to lose everything right now, everything, I would still be abundant and I would still have so much to give.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're so amazing. So that's a really incredible point to land on. And it all comes down to how you feel, right? Because how you feel is clearly dictates where your energy is at, like on what level of consciousness your energy is at this point in time. Because you can be in guilt, you can be in shame, you can be in fear, you can be in neutrality, you can be in love, you can be in joy, you can be in peace. And these are all levels of energy, levels of vibration. And the higher we vibrate, the quicker we manifest, the quicker we receive, the easier life gets. And the more synchronicities happen, the more in alignment we are. And the easier we feel, like the better life is, because we attract all the things that we want because we're feeling good. And it's literally that simple. So how has your energy shifted from living in those low vibe vibrations to now?
Well, one of the things that people say to me all the time is like, I was doing an interview with somebody for a magazine, and he said, I'm a pretty laid back guy and chill. Your energy is like, like I really feel your energy. And, I've had people say like, whoa, you have way too much energy for me. Um, but right now, I feel like this energy is like it's alive. Like I feel alive. I feel at peace. I feel unstoppable. Like I feel like, one of the things that you taught me is like protect your energy. It's like a purple bubble around you. I feel like the purple bubble around me is just like like the negative energy can't, like it just comes, it's like a balloon. It just comes and it bounces right off. It just bounces right off. And I feel like there's a lot of low negative energy in the world. And if I can give this away to my clients and help them live 10 times more excited in life and live in a higher vibration and then give that away, the ripple is astronomical. I think about our amazing clients and what they're doing in the world. I think we have like 250 or something people in our program right now. If my energy is high and I help them to raise their vibration and then they're giving that to the world, by me being a stand for what's possible and giving that away, it's like a million person impact. That's what I said in our business. Like we want to impact a million lives. I get to do that every day by raising my energy. And when my clients feel that too, when they're alive and they give it away, they come back, they're like, I don't know what happened. I just created 3 high paying clients. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know what happened? You raised your vibration, you raised your energy, you put it out to the world, and the world is abundant and you receive. Like scarcity and lack or abundance. There's energetically only 2 places you could live: scarcity and lack or abundance. They don't sleep well together. You can't sleep with both of them. Like you really get to choose. And I lived most of my life living in scarcity and lack, even though my life was always abundant. I'm not going back there.
And you can't ever go back. You've elevated so quickly, and you've up-leveled your energy. You've risen your vibration to a point where it's so high that you can't drop back, which is the beauty of this work.
Yeah. I'm so glad I decided to shift my beliefs from this is woo-woo to this is the wave of the future. Like this is what's possible in the world. Like I really, really wholeheartedly believe that this is what's possible in the world. And it starts with me and you. and you watching.
So to help everyone, to help you watching out there, can you share how important it is now that you've gone from scarcity, lack, guilt, fear, shame to just feeling so grateful, feeling so loving, feeling so joyful, feeling so peaceful? How important is it to continuously every day raise your vibration and protect your energy? Like how important is that for a coach?
It's it's the only way for a coach. It's the only way. You know, one of the things that I say, there's like a stage of transformation, right? Recognizing your triggers and recognizing the beliefs that are holding you back. And when you recognize those, then you can step into the authentic version of yourself. You know, otherwise, when we're low vibration, that's not the authentic version of ourselves. That's not who we were destined to be. But if we don't become aware, if we don't raise our consciousness, if we don't do that inner work, then we won't move to stage 4, which is taking committed action. It just doesn't work. We won't take action. And you know, like you'll take committed action to a certain point, but soon as it gets to the next level, which there's always a next level, you might just stay there. You know, like I might have just stayed here, like feeling how I was feeling and being the way I was being and showing up the way I was showing up in the business, which was kind of like staying afloat. You know, like there's so much going on. Like, I'm not the one. I'm not the one. I can't handle this. There's too much. I'm going to be left behind. Like, I could have stayed there, but that would not be fun on this journey. So, how important is it? If you're a coach in the world, it's your obligation. That's how important it is to me. It's your obligation to the world. You are taking on coaches. They're the leaders in the world that are going to make a dramatic shift. And if you're not willing to be responsible like that, to have that type of responsibility, and what I'm going to say is really hard for me to say, but it just showed up. You might want to go get a job. You really might want to go get a job, because coaching is, we're transforming lives. And if we're afraid to transform our own, we can't give that away to the world. You know, there's this beauty, and sometimes we just don't see ourselves as the real deal. We don't see ourselves as what's possible. But like when we do, the world changes around us. Our reality changes, and we have an obligation. We really do.
Completely. And can you share how your world has changed? Like I know your relationships, your relationship with yourself and your relationships with your family and others have just exponentially changed. Can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, like my work day starts after the girls are starting school, and it finishes at 5 p.m. Nothing else matters after, like my business, my clients. I love you all. But at 5 o'clock, it's time for my family. And the conversations we have are not ordinary conversations. They're like, my kids are dealing with life, with situations of bullying and, you know, a lot of things, and the pandemic, but they are becoming leaders. The conversations are not victimized. It's like, how do I grow from this experience? How do I take what happened and make sure that it doesn't happen to somebody else? You know, that's just one benefit, like the connection that we have together. You know, like when my daughter comes downstairs and she's like, "Whoa, girl, you're beaming today. Look at you. You look great." You know, like this is how we talk to each other. There's no fighting, there's no arguing, there's no like animosity. You know, we just like love each other and enjoy each other's company and appreciate each other. You know, my relationship with my husband, the intimacy, the love, the connection, the understanding that I have for him and where he's at. It's like my heart is open. I don't have to try and change him or control him. I get to just let him be him. And who he is who he is, and who he is great. And also, I get to raise my standards. And I say, whoa, 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 this is low vibe. There's no energy, there's no space here. Like, how can we shift this? What's going on? And it's playful now. And he appreciates it, and we appreciate each other, and we communicate all the time. You know, I was kind of afraid sometimes to express in the business my opinions or what I thought might work. And, I was afraid of hurting somebody's feelings and now it's like I realize they value and they appreciate, and they're like, we've been waiting for you to say this. Like, whatever you're doing in the group is great. People love it. Like, thank you. What I was afraid of is like, okay, finally, holy shit. Like, so, and with my clients, I had a client the other day say to me, what happened to you the last couple of weeks? Like, your energy has shifted. There's something that's different about you. And I'm not constrained. I feel completely like I got this. I used to be afraid, like, these are powerful coaches that I'm coaching. Am I good enough to coach them? Do I know enough? Am I enough? And now it's like, yeah, I am. There's not many coaches in the world that can say they've done thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of personal development and training on the court, doing the work that I'm not just going to say me, Ryan, Max, Adrian, and myself have done. There's not a lot of people that have done that. So yeah, damn right I'm proud of it. And damn right I get to give it all away.
Because you've done the work.
So many changes, like so many friendships, relationships, coaching, business, growth. I could go on forever. Yeah.
Like, congratulations for stepping into just being you, because that's what it's all about. Like, I know authenticity is something that's thrown up everywhere. Like, we all, it's such a buzzword, being authentic. But being authentic just basically means giving ourselves permission to be ourselves.
Yeah.
And when we do that, and you've done that, like, you are the perfect example, which is why this is so powerful to share and for everyone to see. When you just give yourself permission to just be you, oh my goodness, you activate all your gifts and you start to step into your gifts and you start to own who you are and you start to express yourself when in the past you would have been and we will all have been completely suppressing and repressing ourselves. So what have you stepped into? Like, what are you completely owning now that you were so afraid of in the past?
Well, first of all, I am the world's best storyteller. You guys might not know that yet. But yeah, like, really, and it's not just about storytelling, it's about connection and deep connections. And my superpower is, having the ability to really deeply connect with others and to allow them the space to really step into their whole being, their whole life experience. It happened for a reason. Everything that they've been through, everything that they've done has given them golden nuggets to give away, and they don't realize it yet. And when they share their stories authentically from a space of like contribution, I know that sharing what I said today is going to help others. I know that. Because people are going to sit there and say, oh my gosh, I can so relate. That is me right now. And that could be me if I take action. Now imagine coaches that step into this, just like I have, what the ripple would be. I want people to deeply connect with their audience. I want people to deeply connect with themselves. I want people to feel deeply connected with me because I get it. I know where you are. I know where you've been. And I know what's available. Like, I see people as what's possible. because I can see myself as what's possible clearly. I created a vision. I was like, I am surrounding myself with like-minded people, and we're in the backyard and we're celebrating wins and making a difference in the world. And I'm flying in my private jet. It's a 6-seater. And I could see myself not working, like just enjoying the company of the people that are with me. And like I created this, that's already me, that's already happening. And I really truly believe it this time. I believe that anything is possible. And that's what I'm stepping into. I'm not exactly sure how, but I always say it doesn't matter how. I'm going to find the who to get me the how. That's why I have you, and I have Deb, and I have Ryan, and I have Shanda, and all these people to support me to say, like, listen, what do you want to create? This is what it's going to take. Okay, great. Let's do it. Give me a slap when I need it. Remind me of what I'm creating. And that's who I am, and that's what I'm up to.
And how quickly, so we're all, like so many people, especially coaches, are plagued by not enoughness and are plagued by, and it shows up as self-sabotage, it shows up as procrastination, it shows up as changing your mind, it shows up as stopping. And it's a lifetime of patterns. It's a lifetime of being constrained and held back by fear. And it's honestly just fear of not being safe. It's just stuck energy in your body, in your physical body that manifests as illness, in your field, your aura, your energetic field, because we all have a field, right? Like you can feel people, if they're in a bad mood, you step into a room, you feel it, right? So the field, it exists, it's real. So how quickly did you let go and shift all these not enough beliefs, I'm not the one beliefs?
It happens in a moment. It happens in a moment where you see something that you didn't see before and you take new actions. See, an insight is just an insight. But when you apply action to the insight, it becomes transformation. And for me, that happened in a moment where I saw what was in my way and then declared, choose. Like I can stay scared. I can stay stopped. I can stay exactly where I am, or I can choose something else. What do I choose? Well, if I'm stopped, so is the world. So it's not a possibility. I can't stay stopped. It's just, I can't. Even if I wanted to, I can't, because I declared I'm responsible, not just for myself. I'm responsible for the world. That's how I live life. I am the one. I'm responsible for the world. And what I create in my space, I'm responsible for. And it happens like that when you powerfully choose to let go. It doesn't necessarily take years. It doesn't take years. Yeah.
So like we've done a lot of, like we've done coaching and mindset and a lot of energy work together. Can you share how, like, even though like everyone has this perception of being woo-woo, and I know you had this perception of being woo-woo, like how quick is it when you combine all of those things holistically to shift everything?
Yeah, I mean, it's like nothing I've ever experienced before. You know, when you shift your energy, now it's really interesting because I feel energy. Like I feel others' energy. I feel when the room goes flat, I can feel it. When there's something going on with my husband, I can feel it. When there's something, you know, it's this remarkable thing when I'm in a Zoom room. It's like I know exactly who to laser in on because I can feel who's really low right now and who needs me. And I'll be like, Alexis, why are you hiding? What is going on with you? I see you. Not only do I see you, I feel you. And I do this with my clients, right? I'm like, what was that? What happened right then? You know, even in enrollment conversations, when we talk about money, people like all of a sudden their energy shifts. You can feel it. I'm like, whoa, did you just feel that? Did you see what just happened? You went from this possibility to scarce and fear. And they're like, yeah. Okay, where else does that show up in your life? Where else is that fear holding you back? It's not just on this call. This is your life right now. Your life is right here in this call. Tell me about it. And yeah, I can't even, last week I like started crying and I said to you, like, I cannot express enough gratitude towards you and what you've helped me to see. And I know I came to you to like bring out this sexy bitch. And what I thought I needed is actually not what I needed. This is what I wanted. I wanted to lose weight and feel great and eat better and eat healthier. That's what I wanted. But what I got was so much more that I couldn't even imagine that was available. And that's why when you asked me, can I interview you? I'm like, yes, the world needs to see you. The world needs to know how important it is. And I had a few enrollment calls this week with people that are like energy healers and that have, this thing, their coaches and their energy. And I'm like, people don't know about this shit. And like, you are remarkable. Like, what you bring to the table is like nothing I've ever experienced. So I'm grateful. I'm really grateful to you. And I always will be.
Oh my God. And I'm so grateful to you because for choosing me and for allowing yourself to step into your gifts and to activate your gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know if you know out there, but Tina is the world's greatest storyteller. Tina is a sexy bitch and she has a sexy bitch car. But the most beautiful and powerful thing is that she chose to expand. She chose to step into her gifts and activate her gifts. And I know this may sound woo-woo, but open her heart and lead from her heart and open her throat chakra, which basically means express the F out of herself. Because when you reach that level, when you reach that stage of consciousness, you can't constrain it. Like what Tina was saying is literally, if you don't say something, you feel so uncomfortable, right? Like Tina, how does it feel when your intuition, and that's the other thing that you've started to really activate is listening and acting on your intuition, which is our guiding compass. It's what helps us to be in alignment. It's what's like, honestly, the key to alignment is being grateful, being grateful and just doing what feels right. Right? And Tina stepped into that. And that is honestly the center point for energy work. Mm. Can you share how does it feel now that your heart is open, and what is life like now that your heart is open and your throat chakra is open and you express yourself, and what happens when you don't? Because that's what everyone needs to know, right?
Yeah. So when I'm on, when I notice it the most is when I'm doing enrollment conversations, because I'm fully 100%, out here with people. Like I'm not in my head. And when I am in my head, I know because I'm not creating what's possible in their life. And I find that being out here with people, there's just this love and connection between us, that it's not about joining my program, or it's about like, what is it that's getting in your way of living your best life? And what is it that you want to create? And then I just really hold the space to like, I can help you with that. And I even tell people right at the beginning, listen, this call is about you. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to help you see what's getting in your way. And then I'm going to see what your vision is. What are you up to? What are you creating? And really, we're going to see what's getting in your way is surface, but like, we're going to dig a little deeper to see like really what's getting in your way. And I say, and if you are somebody that I would love to work with, I'm going to invite you to have a conversation about what it's like to get the results that our clients are getting. And if it's not a good fit, I'm going to make sure that you're powerfully served on this call and get you what you need to move forward. How does that sound? And it's just really nonchalant. It's just really like, this is what's so. I don't want to work with everybody. If you're not up to being the real deal and you're not willing to shift your beliefs, you aren't a good fit. And before I was like, oh no, everybody has to fit. And I realized, no, not all coaches are created equally. But the ones that are willing to step up and shine, I want them in my corner. And I will go to bat for them. I will give everything to them. But I want to make sure that they're as committed as I am. And that was really hard for me before. It's not now. It's just who I am. And that's just who I want to work with. And I say that to my clients. Not everybody's your ideal client, but you get to powerfully serve every single human being that comes into your world. Give them an opportunity to see what's getting in their way. Give them value. That's it. Serve people. And that's easy for me now. It's so easy. And I love it. I love the feeling of like having this open heart and being able to like allow others to open their heart. It's like I can see the wall come down. I can see their wall come down. What a great feeling. Yeah. So.
Oh, you feel so powerful. It is like, I don't know if you can feel it if you're watching it, but her energy is just, it's radiating, right? Like she shines so bright. And that's one of the things that we worked on. Like, Tina, shine bright like a diamond, literally, but playing that song, because that's what you're here to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And when you don't do that, it's now at a stage where it's physically painful, isn't it?
It's physically painful. Like if I don't show up powerfully and authentically after an enrollment conversation or after a conversation with my family, like I feel this like, oh man, that did not feel good. And then I have to go clean it up. I mean, I've had conversations with people where I've gotten on the call lower energy and I didn't powerfully serve them. And then I emailed them and said, I did not powerfully serve you on this call today. So now one of the things that I do is I really ground myself before every call so that I can be my best, because the people on the other end deserve that from me. That's what I said I was going to do. And that's what I get to do. And when I slip up, because I'm human and I'm like low energy and I'm tired, I clean it up. Let's have a redo. I learned that one from Ryan. Okay, wait a minute. Something was a mismatch here. Let's redo. Yeah. So it's amazing. And
The
I just
last thing I
noticed.
want.
Oh, sorry. I'm like, I just noticed the time. And speaking of enrollment conversations,
We've got one after.
I do. At 11:15.
Awesome. So I want to say thank you so much for sharing this space and for sharing your message and what you've learned and your journey. I know this is something that you wouldn't necessarily have done in the past. So heart to heart, so much love and congratulations and celebrating you and your growth, because it's been phenomenal to see you just step up every single week and just be you and do what you've been put here to do.
Thank you.
Such an honor.
I got that acknowledgement and I appreciate it. And I do have so much gratitude for you. And thank you for being that person to help me see what I couldn't see. So, and if anybody's watching, reach out to Alexis. If you want to, work on that energy and really personally develop yourself. And if you want to grow your coaching business and you're sitting on the fence and you're afraid, book a call with me. Let's have a powerful conversation. We have so many resources for you to step into 2021, the most powerful, authentic version of you, but you got to be willing. How did you say it, Alexis? Be willing to expand and
We-
choose.
So you're either in contraction or you're in expansion. You can't be both. And when you're in contraction, you're hiding, you're playing small, and you will not be in alignment. You will not be living the life that you want. When you're in expansion, oh my God, life is magical.
Oh,
And
amazing.
it's so good to just be you and do what and shine bright.
Yeah.
And you really, really activate your gifts, and you're honestly that domino ripple effect out into the world. And you make
Yes.
that big difference that you're here to make.
Yeah, beautiful. Well said. Thank you for your time, Alexis. Thank you, all of you, for watching. And I look forward to serving you in 2021 and getting to know you. And thank you again, Alexis.
Thank you so much, Tina. Sending
Bye,
you all so
everybody.
much love. Mwah.
Bye.